Aloha, welcome to the Wailea Healing Center where we're having an amazing event today. We're about halfway through our Saturday and it's just been really beautiful. I'm so grateful for everybody that's traveled here from Australia. We have Paul Williams, of course, and Dr. Nikki. We have Jessica Brazil here, and we've just been doing some incredible breath work and just opening up and releasing and being ready for what's to come in 2025.
I was looking for a base in America to facilitate workshops in person. I've been doing a lot of online work over the last few years, and I really felt the call to do more in person. There's a certain synergy and energy that comes with in person that you just can't get online. And I felt really called to Hawaii, to the islands of Hawaii, and specifically Maui. One of my great heroes, Wayne Dyer, called this home. And I just love that someone that inspired me so profoundly, I get the opportunity to begin to share my journey as a next generation. So I'm loving Maui. It's got a really magical energy, hard to articulate, but it's beautiful. I love to always work in the moment and allow a rising of whatever the needs be in the moment. So we've got a beautiful member of the community that's going to open and bless this event, because we really honor the land that we're on, and we honor the heritage, the custodians of the land, and we're guests here, and we really honor that and respect that beautiful lineage of spirituality, of guardianship of the land. And so we see ourselves as guests, and we're just honored that we're being welcomed here to do this work.
Aiti mai no ko, aiti puno me ke aloha e, aloha e, aloha e, aloha e, aloha e. Aloha is a way of knowing that this is our alo, this is the presence that we give into the world. First impressions are important. And then there's ha, which is your exhale, your breath. Just like when I say to breathe in, hamu, inaloko, to take in the inspiration inside. And then puka, ha, which is open, make the opening through your mouth so you can breathe out. So aloha is to be in the very presence of life, in the presence of the creation of breath that is always around you. So that's why we want to be sure that that breath is a compassionate one, an embodied one, empathetic one, a loving one, a merciful one.
So as the founder of Mindful Living Group, and having been a yoga teacher and a psycho-spiritual therapist for a long time, as well as mentoring different people into their businesses that have a more conscious alignment with their soul life path, is that I find that breathwork is a very empowering tool that people can practice on their own and come into healing really deep layers of trauma that can store in the nervous system, or just patterns that are really no longer serving oneself. So it doesn't have to necessarily be a unhealed issue. It can simply be an empowerment practice. So I just love to step not just into healing, but also into living even more well and to connecting more fully to the environment in its full capacity that we're in. So a Mindful Living Group, we really embrace the holistic, the integrated, the inclusive, and breath, I like to say, is one of the ways that we can connect to that inclusion, that we all do have a connection to one another and to the natural world.
Coming into relationship more fully with all of the elements, not just in nature outside of us, but inside our inner nature, and coming into a state of deeper knowing. And so we will together go on a breathwork journey.
I am going to be sharing about the elemental energies, so the elements of heaven and earth. The earth realm elements, so the fire, water, earth, air, ether, And, the depth of how I've been using them in my work and just learning so much more over the years of, what they're actually capable of doing and their interrelationships with physical disease. And, we can use them so much more broadly than, most people know about. It's just beautiful, like the ocean. I'm enamored by like the depth and the breadth and the expanse that it holds. And, being in a space of expanse, which is a lot of the intention of this weekend as well, to provide, the space for people to be able to relax, expand, explore their true nature. From the depths of there. And then from that space, like our highest self beingness already knows what we desire to do as our higher timeline experience.
Our higher wisdom, this what I call the voice of our higher self. And there are different names of describing that. But for conversational sake, let's call it the voice of the higher self, is always communicating. It's just that we're so identified, it gets drowned out by the analytical mind because it's loud. But when you get still, when you meditate, when you go within, when you have practices like yoga, meditation, even going to the gym and working with your physical body, you start to hear those voices. So specifically when you go into meditation, when you go into hypnosis, you can easily connect with that voice, and that voice has the answers.